You motivated? You motivated? You winning, winning. You know they hate it. Hold up. Fierce, fierce, she's fierce, 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 she's that girl from a west side girl to a south side girl to a north side girl to a east side girl. She's fierce, fierce, she's fierce, fierce, fierce. You are now listening to the Fierce Female Network.
All right, welcome to the Fierce Female Network. I'm your host, Fierce Mancina, and today is Saturday, baby. Listen, it is January 24th, 2026. It is 3 p.m. on the Central Standard Time Zone and 4 p.m. on the Eastern Standard Time Zone. Y'all know what I'm going to say up in here. The Eastern Standard Time Zone is the time zone that rocks my socks off, honey. You know I got to push it up to the ATL, to my home team. Must give a shout out to my team, Fierce Nation International, the hardest working team on the planet. So listen. I got some great stuff for you on today. You guys know on the Fierce Female Network, I love to bring information, news, and education. So on today, I'm going to be talking about dementia and Alzheimer's. I'm going to get into it in just a moment, and I have some music for you as well. I have some really interesting information, some very educational and informative information when it comes to breakthroughs, when it comes to the arena of dementia and Alzheimer's. So I'm going to be talking and touching on that for just a little bit. So if anybody knows anything about the Fierce Female Network, you guys know I've been talking about dementia, Alzheimer's, and caregiving for many years, for a very, very long time. So listen, I just didn't start talking about caregiving and dementia and Alzheimer's. Been talking about it for a long time. So listen, guys, and the reason for that, before I get into the music and life lesson, the reason for that, I'm very passionate about dementia and Alzheimer's because of my family. It runs very heavy. The gene runs very heavy in our family. There's been five siblings that had struggled and had challenges and diagnosed with dementia and Alzheimer's. Okay, so listen, of course, I'm not going to say the names and who they were, but we had five, my uncles and aunt. So listen, my aunties and my uncles, Five. There was five siblings that was diagnosed with Alzheimer's and dementia. And so my story, when the first person was diagnosed, it's very heart-wrenching. Then the second family member, then the third. And I became very, very, very passionate about it because, it's a horrible disease. It's a horrible disease. And when I moved to Atlanta, I was going to, I got involved a little bit with the Alzheimer's.
You motivated?
I got all right now. So listen, I got involved with the Alzheimer's Foundation and started going to workshops that was held in downtown Atlanta, taking a few, not classes, but it was a support group. And I went a couple of times to the support group, and there was a lot of other people that came, and they pretty much had similar stories, just like mine. And they were talking about how a lot of people, multiple individuals, was diagnosed with dementia and Alzheimer's. And so, of course, I shared my story, and I was talking about my aunts and my two uncles that had dementia and Alzheimer's, and we were all supporting one another. And so, alongside with that, I also, when I had WSF radio, I had WSF radio some time ago, and my friend Christopher Charles Cheney was very involved with dementia and Alzheimer's. His mother passed away with Alzheimer's, and so he started. You can't. There is no way possible that you can have a disease like that in your family and not be passionate about it and not do something about it. And so with Christopher, and he doesn't mind me saying his name, he's said this many of times on my show many years ago. So his mother passed away with Alzheimer's. The way it affected him, he started his own caregiving program. Of course, he took classes and he wrote a book about his mother, Mama Peaches and Me, number one bestseller on Amazon, number one bestseller on Amazon, Mama Peaches and Me by Christopher Charles Cheney. You can look it up and you'll see a lot of reviews. And so we would talk a lot. We would talk a lot in the evening times. He would give me a lot of business. I ran a lot of commercials, and sometimes he would co-host with me on the show. And so he built a program for caregivers. And so the way that it worked, if a person, parent or sibling or aunt, uncle was diagnosed and they were the caregiver, they would take classes. They would enroll in his program. He was certified and trained and licensed to do so. They would enroll in his program and they would take classes on caregiving. And that's what he did for many, many years. And he's not as involved right now. His mother passed away and he's doing some other things. I think he's a manager with a car dealership. But anyway, to advance the story forward, we became connected. We had a lot of great synergy and we worked together a lot. Did commercials for the caregiving show. I had a caregiving show on my network. So listen, I want to share this with you. I always stay abreast. I try to keep myself abreast of about what's going on in the community when it comes to dementia and Alzheimer's. There is a breakthrough. Oh, and one of the persons, so I always give my sources. I don't just say things and don't support my claim and don't say where the source is coming from. So this source, I have been following a gentleman. His name is Ian, I-A-N. He does not mind me saying this because he has worked on the forefront of dementia and Alzheimer's for many years. He's a part of the Lead Coalition in Washington, D.C. And so his name is Ian, I-A-N, Ian Kramer. And so this is where I got the information. So there is an unexpected medication that could revolutionize the treatment of Alzheimer's disease. So listen, we know there is no cure. That is not what I'm saying. Please please do not, anyone out there, please do not twist my words. And so what I'm saying, this is not a cure. This is not a cure because there is not a cure for dementia or Alzheimer's. But this is a revolutionizing treatment and a breakthrough when it comes to the arena of Alzheimer's and disease. This is not a lie. This is not something that is made up. The source is Ian Kramer. He researches his information. He works daily when it comes to dementia and Alzheimer's. And so there is medication. It says here, I'm reading from an article that he shared on Twitter. He shared this on Twitter. That's how I saw it and found it. But I've been following him for a long time. So in the United States, 12% of adults have taken a glucagon-like peptide 1, GLP-1 antagonist, a drug. The drugs aren't just popular for weight loss. And so really they're talking about the drug Ozempic. So you hear me saying these big names, so really to make it familiar to you. So 62% of adults are taking this particular drug that is good for chronic conditions such as diabetes, heart disease, and dementia. And dementia could be added to the list. They are still researching this information. Please do not twist my words. Please do not twist my words and say that I'm saying that this is something that will cure dementia and Alzheimer's. I did not say that. I'm saying this medication could be added to the list as a revolutionizing drug to help individuals that currently have dementia and Alzheimer's. So listen, it's a currently approved new medication which we are delighted to have and are complicated to use and have to be monitored for side effects. So the neurologist Jeffrey Cummings is the neurologist and research professor of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. So we would like new and better drugs. So the point is this, they're working on new drugs to be added to the list for patients to take that will help them with dementia and Alzheimer's. So what this new information is all about, this new information is to help individuals because, of course, the medication is out there is not going to cure or heal dementia or Alzheimer's. So this drug that I'm talking about, it is a breakthrough, and they are still studying the different side effects. That's what I'm talking about. They are monitoring the side effects to see how it's going to affect the patients that have. There's a research study, so please do not twist my words. Do not twist what I'm saying. I want to be very succinct and very clear what I'm talking about. I am talking about dementia and Alzheimer's, that there is some hope on the forefront. That's something that can help patients. And you guys also know there is a medication. A lot of times people that have been diagnosed have a lot of agitation. There's another medication. I don't have the name of the medication with me right now. There is a medication. They talk about this in the news. I'm not talking about something that's not known. This is known to the general public. This medication is known to the general public. There is a pill that can help people that's been diagnosed with agitation. Agitation is very difficult, because patients, a lot of time, when they're feeling uncomfortable, when they're feeling uncomfortable in the home and comfortable in the place where they are in the facility, if they're not comfortable, if there's something that's disturbing them or bothering them, they become very agitated. They will pull things apart. A lot of things that they will do. But we have to be advocates to help our loved ones. There is things that you can do to help patients that have agitation. There is a small pill that they can help, and it helps to calm and soothe them down so that they're not agitated. So listen, I'm going to pick this back up in just a moment. I got some music for you. I'm going to play some music in just one moment. Listen, I want you guys to take a listen. I got some great music here. All right, I'm going to get this going, and then when I come back, I'm going to talk a little bit more about dementia. I'm going to talk about caregivers too. I'm going to talk about caregivers. I want you guys to know some information when it comes to caregivers, because caregivers get tired. You know, they get tired and they get worn out, and then after the story is over and the patient is no longer around, there's a lot that people have to deal with. So listen, here is the song. This is called Last Call by Gentle Glow. This is Last Call, Gentle Glow. All right.
Feel love and hate it. Feel love and hate it. Feel love and hate it once more. Give loves to Payton. Give loves to Payton. Give loves to Payton forevermore. We're destroying nature. We're destroying nature. Destroying nature every day. Why are we destroying nature? Destroying nature. Not seeing it's the right way. This is the last call. This is the last
Woo! I'm burning something up.
Let's fight the impact of global warming.
I'm burning it up.
Upon us and our children. Water must be treated like gold. Should be free for everybody. Why can't it be enough for everyone? Why can't we live, love together? 194 countries and a sign of peace. Where will this end? I wanna pretend. This is the last call.
gotta wake up. You gotta wake up. You gotta wake up.
This is the
Last
This is
it's the last time. Wake up. We gotta wake up. Woo! We gotta wake up. 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 So listen, y'all, you know I'm talking about dementia and Alzheimer's. When you see your family members destroyed by that disease, if you're not doing something, something wrong with you. So listen, listen. You know, I take this thing to heart. I really do. I really, really, really do. When you see individuals' personalities and their character leaving because the disease is taking over, we know that's the nature of the beast. That's the nature of the beast. They lose who they are, and we have to try and help them to stay who they are as long as we possibly can. And so that's a difficult thing to do. That's very difficult to do, but we have to find ways to manage. I do want to tell you this. I do want to tell you this. There's another pill I want to tell you about. And this is found on Medscape. I found it the same way because I follow Ian Kramer on Twitter. I followed him for many years, many years. Oh my goodness! And that's all he does is deal with dementia and Alzheimer's. He's part of the coalition, the lead coalition in Washington D.C. This is the only thing that he does. And I found this pill because of him. This is on the website Medscape Medical News and Conference News. This was 2025. So Alzheimer's Med, there's a pill called donanemab. It continues to deliver benefits at 3 years. Deliver good benefits in helping individuals that's been diagnosed. So listen, the data is from the Trailblazer ALTS 2 long-term extension study demonstrated that donanemab is by Eli Lilly. You guys know Eli Lilly is a pharmaceutical company. Eli Lilly continues to deliver meaningful benefits that increase over 3 years, especially when started early, with a manageable safety profile. So the protocol is this. This is the protocol with this particular pill. If you get diagnosed early and you get on the pill right away, we're talking longevity. We're not talking cure. So we're not talking cure. Make sure you understand. I'm not talking about cure. I'm talking about longevity, having our loved ones with us, longevity for a longer period of time. So listen, that's great news, y'all. That's great news, y'all. We want our loved ones to be around as long as possible and as comfortable as possible. We're talking about being as comfortable as possible. So listen, that's really great information. So listen, I'm not going to stay on here long, y'all. I'm not going to stay on here long. I just want to come on and talk about that. And when it comes to caregiving, individuals need support, help, and care. Some caregivers do not get respite care, and that's detrimental. That is very detrimental to the caregiver's health when they don't have respite care. What is respite care? Respite care is when somebody comes in and help you so that you can leave, at least twice, at least 2 days out of the week, and you can go and get rest. So you can go and get rest and get yourself, refreshed, rejuvenated, and things like that. If you don't have respite care, there's gonna be some things that happen that's not gonna be pretty, and it's not gonna be friendly, and so it's not gonna be friendly to your health. There's some individuals. There was a young lady, this is a true story, I'm not making this up. There was a young lady who was a caregiver to several family members. And after the story and the person passed away, the caregiver ended up having a really bad stroke, a really bad stroke. And a lot of things happen. You can end up with PTSD from maybe jumping up and down all night and different things that you have to deal with. And sometimes people end up with having a stroke. Sometimes that happens. That's not a great thing, but it does happen. An individual that I know, his patient passed away. Now, I don't know what his patient was diagnosed with, and he went into a really, really, I hate to say depression, but sometimes that does happen. And so I don't know how he is now. And so I asked his mother some time ago, and she says, well, he's dealing with it. He's dealing with it. It's not easy. It is not easy because that stays with you for a long, long time. Stays with you for a long time. So listen, I got to get on up out of here. It's been a stone cold blast. And so listen, listen, listen. And when it comes to caregiving, I told this before I get the song on, then I got to get up out of here. When it comes to that, the first person I took care of course, was my husband. Take care of your husband. You got to do that though, because we are dedicated, and that's our responsibility to take. That's our responsibility to take care of our loved ones. So, first person was my husband, and things like that, and other family members after he passed away, other family members, and so I am accustomed. I'm no stranger to being a caregiver. I'm not a stranger to being a caregiver. So listen, I got to get on up out of here. And so I'm going to have all the information posted on the bio in the show. I'm going to list the places where I found the medication. And I'm going to have it written out succinctly and with clarity. I'm going to have it posted in there. And so you can go to medscape.com and you can read the information for yourself. I'm going to get Ian's status from his Twitter, and he doesn't mind sharing it. Also, I'm going to have someone from Queens. I think it's Queens College. She's does a lot of work with Alzheimer's Foundation, and I think it's Queens College. She's very well known, I won't say very well known, but she's knows the arena of dementia and Alzheimer's. She's going to be on the show. She's going to be a guest that's on. So listen, listen. Going to have some great information for you. So listen, y'all, it's been a stone cold blast. I got to get on up out of here. As always, it is peace, love, and soul.